All right, everybody look at number 6 that we finished with yesterday. Okay, number 6. We wrote the equation that would give us the charge for the video store. Okay? Now, and we were talking about how X, which is the number of movies, is going to be our independent. We're going to choose what our independent variables are. Now, I'm going to choose 0, 1, 2, and 5. That's what I'm going to choose. 0, 1, 2, and 5. And we're going to find the cost. I could have picked 2, 4, 8, 9, 10, 12. I mean, I just randomly picked some numbers because those seem kind of reasonable amount of videos that you might rent on one night. So I'm going to go over here and 2 times 0 plus 3 is what? So 0 plus 3 is 3. Then 2 times 1 plus 3, 5. 2 times 2 plus 3, 7. Everybody together on the last one. 2 times 5 plus 3. Is that everybody? 13. That didn't sound like everybody. Does everybody understand what we're doing there? We're putting these X's in for X. We're just evaluating that we've learned how to do already. Okay, now we're going to go graph it. X, this is X-axis, this is Y-axis. This is 0. Where the X and Y-axis meet. That's going to be 0. I'm going to put the movies down here. Leave room for us to write the numbers in there. You have to write small. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 movies. Our scale is going to be 1, going horizontally. Now we're going to put our cost on the vertical scale, the Y-axis. Okay, here's our cost, 3, 5, 7, 13. So to graph those, we need to come up, we don't need to count by ones, because we're not going to have room. So what should we count by? Well, we could do 5s. That'd be kind of hard to graph. You know what? Let's just count by 2s. That's not ideal, but that's the best we got. And guys, you do not have to number every mark. You can skip that and put 4. Skip that and put 8. Skip that and put 12. You do not have to label every mark, especially if it's going to make it all messy. Okay, now we're going to go graph it. 0 is what? 3. So that's 2. So 3 will be between 2 and 4. 1 is 5. So 5 is going to be between, yes, I was waiting for somebody to say that. 5 is between 4 and 6. Then 2 is 7, which is between 6 and 8. And then we could go skip down here to 5, and we're going to do 13. That's 14, so 13 will be between the 12 and the 14. Now take your ID. Take your ID, and you're going to line your points up. Your ID should be on. Your ID should be on. We're going to line your decimals up. Guys, can you rent 2/3 of a movie or 1.5 movies? No. So we're not going to draw the line. We're going to make a dashed line. Just dash it all the way across your grid, please. You're going to dash it, not make a solid line. We would do a solid line if we could rent part of a movie, but we can't. Okay? Now, the cost, remember, was dependent on how many movies we chose. So cost is the dependent, movies the independent. Did anyone notice what happened right there between the 3 and the 5? What did it do? It went up 2. What did this go up? 1. What's 2 divided by 1? 2. Where do you see 2 in the equation? Where do you see 2 in the equation? Right there. It goes up 2 every time because what? Yes, it's 2x, but it's $2 for every movie. Okay, this is linear. This makes a straight line because there is a constant rate of change. It's going up 2 every time, so that's why it's linear. Guys, why is it not proportional, though? This is not proportional. Oh, dear. It doesn't go through 0, 0. It has to go through 0, 0 to be proportional. Okay? So everybody has that done. All right, turn the page. Get your calculator ready. And number one, we're going to start solving equations. All right, we're going to start solving equations. So first thing I want you to do is circle the end. And we're going to draw a river. Circle the end, draw a river. Circle the end, draw a river. That says 14 times n. So to get rid of the 14, we have to divide by 14. So n equals, calculate, 112 divided by 14. 8. Did everybody get 8? Okay, so now to check it, guys, we're going, in our calculation, we're going to go 14 times 8. We're going to just go put it back in the equation. All we're going to do is go back and say 14 times 8 gives me 112. Good. Now we're going to circle. Once you've checked it, you circle. Number 2, circle your x, draw your river. Now it's multiplied. What are we going to do? Divide by negative 8. Negative 8 divided by negative 8 is 1. 1x. And guys, you could put your 1 in front of x, but really not necessary. What's 36 divided by negative 8? Good, negative 4.5. To check it, we're going to go negative 8 times negative 4.5. Everyone should be checking. Did everybody get 36? Guys, you're going to follow negative 8 times negative 4.5. You should have gotten 36. Circle it once you've checked it. Okay, number 3, circle the x, draw your river. You're going to multiply. Tell them why you're going to multiply. That's dividing. You're trying to find, guys, what divided by 6 gives you 12. So you're going to do the opposite. Okay, that's division. So we're going to multiply. We're going to do this one time. You don't have to do this again. Put 6 over 1. 6 over 1. And what does 6 over 1 equal? 6. So we're just going to put times 6. Don't put a fraction there because that's not a fraction. Guys, when you multiply fractions, it's no problem. Top times top, bottom times bottom. But you first try to simplify that. 6 goes into 6 one time. 6 goes into 6 one time. Does that make sense? So 1 times x is x. Divided by 1 is x. 1x. So you just need to put x equals. Guys, that's not a fraction, so don't go make that a fraction. That'd be a waste of time. What's 12 times 6? Good. Now to go check it. We're going back to the original equation. You're going to go what? 72 divided by 6 equals 12. Good. Circle. We're going on to number 4. That's dividing by -7, so we're going to multiply by -7. Oh, forgot to circle the X and draw my river. So X equals 91. -13 times -7. Now to check it, everybody together. Everybody together. No. 91 divided by -7. Enter. Let's do it again. Some people weren't doing it with me. 91 divided by -7 equals what? -13. Circle. You've checked it. Number 5. Guys, circle your N, draw your river. What is the coefficient? Oh, that's a fancy word for the number in front of the variable. Coefficient. You're learning algebra words. Coefficient. So 1/4 is the coefficient. 1/4 is the coefficient. That's multiplied. Y'all listen to this. This is important because some people are going to get mixed up on this. 1/4 is the coefficient. It's multiplied. You're supposed to divide by 1/4. But you can't divide fractions. You have to change the multiplication, and flip it over. So all we're going to do, when this is a fraction, y'all listen, when this is a fraction, we're going to get the reciprocal. That means we're going to flip that over. When you flip that over, what do you get? 4/1. 4/1, which equals 4, right? So, and then the 4's cancel out. So, you don't need to do this every time. I'm going to show you on the next one what you can do. But that gives you 1n. And 4/1 is just 4. Do not go over there and put 4/1 and 16/1. That's a waste of time. What's 16 times 4? 64. There are 3 ways to check this one. 3 ways to check. The way that most of you are going to do it probably is what? 1 divided by 4 times 64. What'd you get? 16. Or you could, taking 1/4 of a number is the same as dividing it by 4. So everybody take 64. Everybody. 64 divided by 4. What'd you get? 16. We just reviewed this. What is the decimal for 1/4? 0.25. So 0.25, everybody, 0.25 times 64. 16. Check it. Circle it. We've checked it 3 times. Okay, number 6. Circle your X, draw your river. 1/3 is called the what? Coefficient. The reciprocal would be 3/1. 3/1. Anytime, but just put 3, guys. You just have to put 3. Because 1/3 of 3 is 1. You know that you're going to get 1x. That's your goal. Anytime Guys, you multiply a number by its reciprocal, you get 1. Anytime you multiply a number by its reciprocal, you get 1. So what's your answer? Good. Okay. There's only 2 ways to check this. We can't change that to a decimal because it's repeating. So we're going to go 1 divided by 3 times negative 72, negative 24. Or we could take negative 72 and divide by 3. That's the way I do them. Negative 72 divided by 3. It's less work. What'd you get? Negative 20. Huh? Good. Circle, you checked it. Okay, number 7. What's the coefficient? 2/3. What's the reciprocal? Good. Kristen and who else said 3/2? Several. Good. Madison, Logan, and Brooke. Okay. So 3/2 is the reciprocal. Remember, when you multiply by the reciprocal, you're going to get 1, and that's circle, river. So we just got 1 in there. We're going to multiply by 3/2. Hey, let's use our brain instead of a calculator on this. Put 18/1. Multiplying fractions. It's no problem. It's the top times the top and the bottom times the bottom. But, yes. Can we reduce that? Yes. What goes into 2 and 18? 2, huh? So 2 goes into 2 1 time. 2 goes in 18 9 times. What's 9 times 3? And it's over 1. Do we need to write it over 1? No, it's just 27. Okay, to check it, you're going to go to, come on, to check it. We're going to go 2 divided by 3 times what? 27 equals 18. Good job. Circle n equals 27. Okay, number 8, what is your coefficient? 3/4. What's your reciprocal? 4/3. Right, times 4. Hey, use dots, don't use X's. I didn't say that second period, and people were using X's. Can't use X's because we've got X's and N's in the, problem. So, we didn't circle and draw a river. So, put over 1. Hey, what negative times a positive is a what? Good. And then what goes into 3 and 12? Well, 3 goes into both of them, right? So 3 goes into 3 once, 3 goes into 12 4 times. 4 times 4. So it's going to be 16, isn't it? Over 1. Negative 16. Okay, we could change that to a decimal. 3/4. We know what it is, don't we? Don't we know? 0.75 times negative 16. 0.75 times negative 16. Good. Circle. Okay, now look at number 9. 9 is different. How is 9 different? Yeah, it's going to be 2-step. Hey, circle the end, draw your river. All the way down. Guys, our goal is to get n equals. Our goal is to find out what's going to go in for n to get this answer. That's what our goal is. So we have to undo the 4 and the 5. We have to get rid of the 4 and the 5. Hey, over here to the side in the margin, go write PEMDAS real quick for me. PEMDAS. If this was a normal problem and we knew n, we would be doing order of operations. We got to go backwards. Since we're solving for n, we're going to start at the back. We're going to start with addition, subtraction, and go this way. So we've got to get rid of the 4 that's multiplied on, the 5 that's added on. It's like a balance in scale, in sides. You have to keep it equal by doing the same thing to both sides. So, we got to get rid of that plus 5. How do I get rid of it? Minus 5. If I subtract 5 on that side, I'm going to subtract 5 on that side. So we get, that cancels out. What do I have remaining over here? 4n equals 16. Look, guys, just bring that down. Bring the 4n down, because that's what's remaining after I got rid of the 5. Now that's multiplying, so we're going to divide by 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1n. Can you put the 1 in front of it? Yes. Do you need to? No. What's 16 divided by 4? 4. Now, here is the hardest part for people. They don't know how to check it. Go back up to your equation. Go back up to your original equation. We think n is 4. That's what we think n is. So we're going to go substitute it in for n. So everybody, we're going to go 4 times 4 plus 5. Yay, we've checked it. Now, guys, look at number 10. Does 10 look like 9? Kinda, right? Yeah. So, in a minute, you're going to do 10 that looks like 9. That's your example. Y'all got to learn to look at an example and follow it. Okay, look at number 12, everybody. We're going to skip to 12. That's a minus sign right there. Okay? Circle the x, draw your river. Our goal is to get x equals. So, that's a minus 4. So, how am I going to get rid of it? Plus 4. I have to do my adding and subtracting first. Now, what's remaining on the left side? On the left side, x divided by 8. Guys, you just bring it down. You bring it down. Bring it down. Don't try to do anything. A while ago, people were trying to do crazy stuff with it. And 11 plus 4 is 15. Now, that's dividing by 8. So how am I going to get rid of that 8? You should not be doing anything on your calculator yet. I'm going to multiply by 8 on both sides, because that's going to cancel that 8 out. If I put it over 1, remember, cancels out. But you don't need to show all that. What's 15 times 8? 120. Good. Now, everybody put your finger, one finger on the X, the other finger on the calculator. One finger on the X, the other finger on the calculator. We're going to follow the original equation. We think X is 120, so we're going to go 120 on the calculator, 120 divided by 8 minus 4. Did you get 11? Good. Is there any reason not to make 100 on these? No, because you can check. And Miss Kent can vouch for me. Every year we have kids that do not make 100, and you know what they say? Well, I didn't check it. I didn't know I had to check it. I didn't have time to check it. I didn't want to check it. I thought they were right, so I didn't check it. You mean we could check it? These are some things we hear every year. Okay, look at 13. One more, and then you're going to do the other 3 by yourself. Look at 13. Circle the X, draw your river. Circle the X and draw your river. What is the first thing we're going to do? We're going to subtract 6 on both sides. Right? Does everybody understand why we're subtracting 6? Okay. So we're going to get 1/4 X equals 15. We just had 20 minus. Well, no, that was on something else. Okay, 21 minus 6 is 15. What is the coefficient? 1/4. What's the reciprocal? 4/1. But we can just say 4, can't we? Make it easy. So X equals, oh, I think you divided. So 15 times 4, 60. Remember, guys, don't put an X. You've already got an X in the problem. Don't put an X to show multiplication. Put your dots. Okay, now to check it. We could check it 3 ways. Let's just check it 1 way. Start me off. Who wants to start me off? Daniel, you with me? Get your finger on the calculator. Okay. 1 divided by 4, 60 plus 6 equals 21. Did everybody get 21 on their calculator? Hold it up. Let me see. Kristen, was that the way you were going to do it? Or you were going to do it a different way to check it? You were going to do that way? Okay. All right. Hey, look at your neighbor's calculator. Make sure they have what you have. Guys, you could have gone what? I was hoping somebody say, Miss Kelsey, I was thinking you would go 60 divided by 4 plus 6. That's another way to do it. A fourth of a number is the same as dividing it by 4. 60, everybody do it. 60 divided by 4. 60 divided by 4 plus 6. Did you get 21? I need you to know that there's both ways to do that. Okay, circle. Now you're doing 10, 11, 14, and you only have about 5 minutes. Look at the example beside it. There's a problem just like it or similar beside it. Go. 10, 11, 14. And then we're going to check them tomorrow.